The population of endangered flightless takahe has soared past the 400 mark for the first time in at least a century. The Department of Conservation says a record breeding season that produced 65 juvenile birds has pushed their numbers up to 418. And as Andrew Digby from DOC told our reporter Sarah Robson, that's pretty good going for a bird that was thought to be extinct until it was rediscovered in 1948.
I think, as far as I know, the Takahē is the only bird which has been declared extinct twice, and it's pretty amazing that it's come back from such, everyone thought it was gone, and now to reach those sort of numbers, and it's the sort of numbers that we're thinking of when we start to relax a little bit more about populations from a genetic health point of view. There's always this ballpark figure of 500 birds, and when you start to get to those sort of numbers, you can start to relax a little bit about genetics. But when you start from such a small base, you have to obviously be pretty vigilant throughout.
Yeah, I guess how has the Takahē recovery program worked to, build up the population?
So one of the really crucial things in recent years has just been the captive rearing, and Takahē population was not going up until recently, and in probably the last 6-7 years or so, we've made some real gains at Burwood Takahē Centre near Tiano, and it's basically a Takahē farm, and we've got very good at producing large numbers of Takahē there. So that's a key part, and also just to have more birds at wild sites, so bigger sites. So we have birds in the Murchison Mountains, but now we have Takahē at Kaharangi, and that's a really important part of our program.
Yeah, and about 2/3 of the population, as I understand it, are on the mainland kind of secure sanctuaries or in island sanctuaries. How important are those protected areas to maintaining those population numbers or growing them even?
Yeah, so they're crucial. So they've been really important, especially over the last 20 years or so, for just being a secure, safe place where we knew that Takahē were not going to go extinct. These island sites have been the mainstay of the population during that time. We have variable population growth on those islands. Some do quite well, some don't do very well, and we kind of want to make sure that we get more and more Takahē in real sort of upland, real native grassland areas in these big wild sites like Kaharangi. But having said that, those insurance sites, those secure sites are really important to us.
Why is the Takahē so special?
Yeah, the Takahē is an amazing bird, and it's one I think it doesn't get enough credit. It deserves a lot more attention than it gets. It's a unique bird. It's the largest rail in the world for a start. It's really unusual to have a rail, which is normally a wetland, a swampland bird, a lowland bird, up in the mountains. It's pretty amazing to see Takahē in their natural habitat. And their natural habitat would have actually been all over the South Island of New Zealand, not just up in the mountains. It would have been down near the estuaries and rivers and that sort of thing as well. So it's a really special bird. And it's one that I think we need to sort of value a lot more.
And that was, who was that from the Department of Conservation? That was Andrew Digby from the Department of Conservation, who was speaking to our reporter Sarah Robson there.